In this video series, I will break down 22 Y Combinator rules that all startups should master. I'm going to go in depth into each essential Y Combinator rule, so stick around because you don't want to miss this next one.
Most companies don't die because they run out of cash. They die because the founder loses hope and quits. You need to be a cockroach. My name is Arjun, CEO and founder of Doola, a Y Combinator-backed startup. Airbnb sold cereal boxes to survive. I'm dead serious. When they didn't have money, they went to this conference and they sold cereal boxes with Barack Obama and John McCain on it to actually raise money to survive. That is the type of hustle and doing things that don't scale to stay in the game. Ultimately, you can always operate as a cockroach. And I think a cockroach is such a visceral yet great example here because supposedly in a nuclear explosion, everyone else dies from the radiation, but you know who survives? The cockroaches. Just no matter what happens, whether it's storms or nuclear radiation, the cockroach just keeps persisting. And if your business operates like a cockroach, you keep burn low, you keep on moving no matter what happens, you stay in the game. And here's the point. If you don't quit, you can't fail. You need to reframe it as you just haven't succeeded yet. Let me explain this to you with an analogy. I promise you'll never forget. This is the many-sided dice. Imagine you and a friend play a dice rolling game, and each of you are given one die. One of the dice has 20 sides. The other has 200. On each die, only one side is green and the rest are red. The point of the game is very, very simple. Roll green as many times as you can. And here are the rules. You can't see how many sides you each have. You can only see if you roll red or green. If you roll green, one of your red sides turns green and you get to roll again. If you roll red, nothing happens, but you also get to roll again. You keep telling yourself one thing and one thing only. The more I roll, the more greens I get. Now at first, you roll green once in a while, but as more red sides turn green, the green happens more. What does your friend do? He rolls a few times and hits red each time. He then sees you roll a green and complains that you must have a die with fewer sides. He reasons it's the only way you could have rolled a green before him. In either case, he rolls a few more times in frustration and finally hits a green. But then he complains about how long it took. Ultimately, he spent more time watching you and complaining than actually playing. Meanwhile, you've hit your green streak. It's so much easier for you, he tells himself. You get the greens every time. This game is rigged. So what's the point? And then he quits. So, who got the die with 20 sides? Who got the die with 200 sides? If you get the game, then you see, once you roll enough times, the die you're given doesn't matter. Die with fewer sides might roll green sooner. Die with more sides might roll green later. But a die with a green side always has a chance of rolling green if you roll it. Every die hits its green streak when rolled enough times. All of us in life get a many-sided die. And looking at the other players, you have no idea if it's their 100th roll or their 100,000th roll. You don't know how good other players are when they start. You can only see how well they do now. But if you understand the game, you also know it doesn't matter at all. A few begin playing early. Others begin much later. The rest sit on the sidelines complaining about how lucky the other players are. And I guess so, but they're luckier because they play. And when they hit red, which they 100% do, they didn't quit. They rolled again. Learning to be an entrepreneur is a lot like the game of the many-sided die. No matter how many players there are or the number of sides in the die you're given, you start to see the only two guarantees. The more times you roll, the better you get. If you quit, you lose. That is rule number 20. To see the full set of 22 rules that make up the Y Combinator Pocket Guide, watch this video next.